Hey, what's going on, YouTube, my family and my friends? Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. Today we have, I don't even know his real name, but he goes by Unreal Designs. I'm about to send him the invite link, and we're about to get this training underway. This will be a fast-paced training today. He says he's a pretty fast learner, and we're about to learn Coreldraw and TRW Rhinestone Wizard. All right, let me shoot my link over. Let's get started. Rock out. In the meanwhile, let me share my screen with y'all. Oh, okay. Yeah, both. And I can go to, wow. Okay, so they have updated it. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Okay, here. All right, all right.
Hey, what's up, brother? Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's your real name, my brother?
Manny.
Manny?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold
I don't
on. Give
got a
me
camera on the
one second.
computer, which is why. You know what I mean?
Hold on, hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me fix my speakers here. Say something now. Hold on.
Hey, what's up?
There you go. There
Mic
you go.
check, mic
Okay.
check.
There
All
we
right.
go. There we go. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
You can see the Henny bottle and the Eagles.
Yep.
Okay, okay. That's dope. That's dope. So I've been doing rhinestone designs for about 10 years. I first started off like anybody else who would be casually um, trying to create some fly gear for themselves. So that's pretty much how I started out. I had a passion, to where I was like, oh man, uh, can I make that shirt? You know what I mean? And that
Right.
wasn't until I found out about vinyl cutters and heat press. So
Okay.
what all do you have right now currently?
So I don't use a vinyl cutter. I use a CNC machine, and I make templates out of a PVC board, and then that PVC board is placed onto a shaker machine, and that's mostly for like one or two color designs. And then when we're doing like say one single design that has a lot of colors, or if we're doing a lot of colors in general, we do have machines that lay down the rhinestones as well.
Okay, okay. So you do have the automatic rhinestone machines.
Yeah, we got the cams machine. Yep.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's see here.
And I'm talking with Korea's got one that's a little faster than what Coldesi offers. So I'm trying to get my hands on one of those as well.
Right. So let's see here. Looks like they just updated Zoom, so I can do two screens, which is kind of cool, but I'm gonna just stick with one. Let me open up my Corel here. All right, that was something I was working on. Of course, I did the I Show Speed shirt. Wait,
Nice.
so that shirt actually was 18 or 20 inches in length, so it covered the whole front of the shirt. So when I cut it out, I had to cut it. You see, the only part that was rhinestone was his hair, his shirt, the other color in the shirt, and then the I show speed up here. It doesn't look like a lot, but man, I bought
No,
some
it's definitely a
vinyl.
lot of layer work.
Yeah, yeah. I bought some rhinestone flock, and after multiple attempts of trying to cut this new rhinestone flock that just came out, I was unsuccessful, and I had a deadline to meet. So I pretty much had to grab some scrap rhinestone template flock that I had in my bucket, and I had to condense it all the way down. You know what I mean? In order to cut it out. So as you can see, I grabbed all of those pieces, and I puzzled them into one cut. And then after I cut it, of course, I had to weed it, put it on my board. Then I started up here because all of this was black stones. So I brushed in all my black stones. All of these over here, the text was orange stones. So I brushed in my orange stones. And then these were orange too. So I continued brushing in my orange stones for all of this. And then the teeth was white. So I brushed in my white stones last. I picked it all up at once. And then, of course, I took some scissors and I cut them in the section so I can do my layering. So
Nice.
that's just one way to actually get, something big like this done, cut out all at once so you're not wasting rhinestone flock, and still being able to accomplish the job. Do you use Chat GPT at all?
Yeah, I do a lot. Yeah.
What you do? What you using it for?
So I mostly use it to manage my business. Like I make posts online and what I mean, things like that. And every once in a while I use it to as inspiration and create designs and
As inspiration to create.
right.
Okay, check this out. Start thinking of Chat GPT as a full on, I can, hold on, where are we at? Okay, here we go. A full on drawing assistant, this person that has years and years of experience in creating designs, and all you got to do is tell it what you want. You know what I mean? So check this out. And that's crazy. So here's a Pelly Pale jacket, right? I said I need a jacket design similar to this one, but instead of it saying Pelly Pale, it says Diamond Club, all or nothing. Maybe add in a few casino elements, high resolution, vector graphic line art. Boom, boom, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that looks sick.
Gave me something similar, like, you know what I mean? And then since I asked for the casino elements, it gave me the card, the dice, the chips, like, you know what I mean? I said, I loved it, but you spelled the word Diamond Club wrong. Can you fix it and remove the jacket? I just want the design. They spelled Diamond Club wrong again. But of course, I took it into my software and I was able to fix it. To fix it though, it was a lot. It was a lot to fix it. Like, you know what I mean? But
Right.
here we have it right here, you know, and I still, as you can tell, I still didn't get it quite right, but you couldn't tell if you didn't see the original. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna drag that other one in. Wait a minute. Where we at?
So when I say like I use ChatGPT for like inspiration, it's something similar to what you're doing, right? So
Right.
say for example, right down there where it says just like you kind of fixed Diamond Club, right down there where it says heritage, it's a good inspiration, but there's still a lot of mistakes, something that you can probably fix and then,
Yeah.
change
Oh
up.
yeah. Oh, listen. I'm nowhere near done. Look, check
Right,
this.
right.
When I zoom in here, matter of fact, if we just wait a minute, I deleted the other one. Let me pull it out of my garbage can. I was cleaning out my downloads. Where it's at. You got to see. It was crazy too. Oh, it was a chat. Let's do date deleted. Boom. Oh no, that ain't it. All right, I know what to do. Cause they cleaned the image up some when they removed the background. So let me go back here. Here it is. Oh, they gave me another one. Look at that. Look at
Oh,
that.
that looks sick. Yeah, I
That's
like that one.
dope. So,
Yeah, I really like that one.
oh yeah, wait till you see what I do with it. Where the other? Oh, see now they playing around. They gonna show me the new one that they designed. They gonna show me the one on the jacket, but where's the one right here with the jacket removed? Here it is right here. But they won't let me see.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
that's weird.
I just tried to download it anyway. Let's see. Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, they did it dirty right there, bro.
Yeah. Let me hit download from here. Okay, that's cool. But as you can see, look, hold on. More than one way to skin a cat. Boom. Give it to me. Yeah, I already got it, and I done already. Oh, my box didn't pop up for my clip
Head over
art.
to vectorizer.ai.
Oh no, Coreldraw vectorized it just perfectly.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So after we grab that image, so let's go to pictures. It's not even letting me. All right, that's okay. We're gonna move on to another image that I got saved still. All right. So this one though, I basically it had a double A in there, but as you can see, if I move, I click on this black and I hit edit and I go to my nudge. So I got my nudge set on 15. Nudge is a great way to nudge the design out so that you can see all of one color. And as you can see, if I click on here and I nudge that out, that's just that. I didn't I didn't group all of these together because maybe I want to change the color as I go along. And it's easier to just keep them ungrouped versus grouping them and then having to ungroup it when you're trying to do a different colorway. So I kept those two together, kept the club separate, kept the heritage, like the shield part is separate from the inside so that I can change the inside. So I wasn't done with this design yet. I did use ChatGPT to start it, but as I go along, I've cleaned up so much of it. Like it gave me a lot of right here in the inside. It gave all of that. I had to smoothen all of that out and take and replace all of the nodes in there to make it smooth as a smooth transition. So I just added the rhinestones today. Like some designs will take you 4, 5, 6 days, you know. So
Right.
so I just started on this one. Like, see, I gotta clean all of this out up in here in order to get stones in there. How would I clean it out, you say? There's multiple ways. So I click on it and I'm gonna nudge it back out so we can get just that black. And I actually want to nudge the blue over as well because I want to see where I'll be putting my stones at. So it's not welded yet. So I'm gonna come over here and select all of the same color. Boom. We're gonna nudge that to the right, to the right. So now we got it right here. I can grab all of that and go ahead and weld it together. So now I can nudge it over to the other side. So that was an easy, quick way to get all of the colors together and then be able to grab it easy and weld it. So now I see in the inside of this M, I'm gonna double click on this black. It brings up my nodes, and then I can start deleting the nodes. You only want to delete the nodes that are in the area that you're trying to delete. So you want to keep your selection tool, your pick tool inside of this area. If you go outside per se and get this outside node here and you hit delete, it's gonna, well, it didn't really affect that line too much. But if you did one of the ones that's on the curve, you know, you're gonna mess up your outside outline. So I'm just going in here, selecting these in the inside. Boom. We got one more down here. Boom. All right. So now that that's open like that, you got two choices. You can leave it open like that. And then once you're done, just delete the blue because you're going to have to do a smart fill to fill it back in anyway. So just depends on your workflow, you know, on how you're doing things. Right now, I'm going to just leave it open and I'm going to delete all the blue at the end. And then I'm going to use my smart tool to fill it back in. That way we can get rhinestones in there. I'm going to double click here. Get all of those nodes that are on that line that I'm trying to delete.
Right. So right now you're just kind of cleaning up the insides.
Yeah, I'm cleaning up the inside so that I can easily layer my rhinestones in there. Boom, boom. Oh, it gets kind of wonky down here. Boom. When I first started playing around with the nodes, I just went one at a time to see like, okay, if I delete this node, what it's gonna do. If I delete that node, what it's gonna do. Boom. Okay. Get all of this out of there. Boom. Okay. I mean, you can take this black right here. Boom. I click on it, the nodes open up. I'm gonna grab this arrow and bring it in like so. Boom. All right. Fix that little part right there. All right, we got the black out of there. We got the black out of there. So that's using the click and remove the node method. We got another method we can use where we click here, click on the black, make sure we got the black. All right, so we got the black selected. We're gonna come up here to our eraser tool. Boom, click on the eraser tool. Let me move this out the way. Once we're on the eraser tool, that's the size of it right there. And that's too thick too thick because it'll take off the sides. So we can come up here and bring it down a bit. I'm gonna bring it down some more. Because when I'm freehanding, it's easy to slide over, okay? So now we got our black selected. We're going to go in there and just, and you gotta have a steady hand for this part right here. We just going in there and we're gonna erase it like so. I had to show you both ways to do it because with the other way you have control. With this way you have, I mean, it's kind of, you got to go slow and it takes practice. When I first started doing it, I was all over the place, messing up the inside of the O and everything, you know. Boom. So now we just cleaned it out like that. Like for the end, we want to make sure, yep, it's all together so we can still start on the end. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Okay, for the last one, I'm gonna show you a different way. So there's multiple ways to skin a cat. Once you get your workflow down, you understand what the tools do and how you can use them. Like, so I just did the double click and I got rid of the nodes one by one, two by two, three, four, or whatever, however many you can grab. I just used the eraser tool and erased the inside of the parts that I wanted to remove. Now we're going to use the Smart Fill tool. So I'm gonna come over to the Smart Fill. Boom. Come to the Smart Fill. We're going to Smart Fill this black right here. Boom. Okay. We're going to Smart Fill the inside here. Boom. And the inside here. Boom. We're going to come up and select all of the same color. Boom. We're going to right click on here and let's combine it together. And then weld it. Now that's all one solid piece. We're going to hold shift, click on the D and weld it. Not weld, my bad. Right click, let's combine. And then weld. Boom. So now we got that. That piece is already done how we need it to be. So there's multiple ways to do it. Just depending on what your mind is thinking about, how your mind is thinking of going about it. Let's go ahead now and Smart Fill here, here, here. Smart Fill here. Okay, it did the whole thing there. So let's undo. Let's zoom back in. Boom. Still did the whole thing. That's okay. Let's get the inside here. Inside here. Boom. All right. I'm going to select all of the same color. Just going to select all of that Smart Fill. As you can see, there it is there. I'm going to hold shift. Click on my blue. Right click. Combine. And then weld. All right. Before you click off, sometimes you may see like, oh, what's that over there? It has all of those little, let's go to our wireframe here so we can see. There's little divots in there from where the two pieces combined and welded together. We can try to weld it again. Boom, and sometimes it gets rid of that. Boom, it did. But now we can, let's go back to our enhanced view. Now we can see, like we have this little black right here. Let's double click, let's get him out of there. Boom, double click on the blue and close that up as well. You know, we can come down here and clean all this up and straighten all this up. Grab all of that, delete all of that. I'm gonna do it same with the black. Double click on the black. Boom, same right there. Clean it right on up. As you can see, it's done through my O off balance, you know what I mean? I'm gonna bring this out here. That's how thick it looks like it needs to be. Bring it out a little more. Boom. Let me fix my arrow here so that I can pull this up a little bit here. Matter of fact, I can pull him up a little bit too. Boom. All right. Right here, I'll probably double click and put another node there. Bring that node in just a little bit. And there we go. Not quite. I mean, you get the gist of it. I can fix it and tweak it as much as I want to get it to look just right. I need to do that to the black. Double click. I'll probably grab. Uh-oh, I ain't even do that. Control Z, go back. Right here, let's go forward. So right here, I can grab all of this. Uh-oh, I don't want to grab this one right here. I just want to grab these. Uh-oh, gotta make it. Let me come from this side. Well, let me just grab these two and drag them down a little bit, like so. Boom. Now, if I drag this out here, fix that part there, and then here, click on him. Now I can see you turn them both sides. So you don't want that. Let's Control Z it back. Right click on this dot here and cusp. Boom. Hit cusp. Now, when you turn it, you only move one side. Boom. So I can fix this O all together, like so. Now I can smart fill the rest here. Boom. Come back to my pick tool, hold shift, select my blue, and weld that in there. Weld it again. Boom. There we go. There we go. So you can tinker and play around and do all sorts of things with this software. Let me click here and I'm gonna nudge this out. Nudge it out. See, we still have all of that in there. So I'm going to nudge it back in. Boom. I'm gonna send it to the back by pressing B here. Boom. I'm gonna hold shift. Click on my black that's in the inside here. We're gonna trim that out of there. Hit your trim tool. Boom. Oh, look what it did. Sometimes it does that. Look, you can't even see it in the cut, but visually we see it and it's like, no, we don't even like that. So let's go back. Nudge this over. Uh-oh. Let's nudge this over. All right. See, we had went in there. Okay, let's do it like this. Let me nudge it back in there because I want to make sure I'm getting the right pieces. Send it to the back. Send it to the front. Okay. So really, okay, the only piece that's in there is this piece right here. Let's double click and get him out of there. See, sometimes it just depends on where your mind goes. I could have used the eraser tool and got him out, but sometimes definitely like using this tool because the eraser you gotta go in 100% focus mode, man, and steady your hand as you go around. This I can just click, 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 boom, get it out of there. Nice. So now remember to save your work. Boom. I'm gonna choose a color. Let me choose a color. What color right here? So I already chose pink. Let me choose this lime green. Boom. I'm using SS6 stones. Let's see here. See, when you click on it, we got these little divots in there. That's gonna mess it up. Let's double click, get it out of there. Double click again, get it out the blue. Right here. Is it one in the black? Yeah. Look, boom. So I like to get them both. Click on the blue and the black. Okay. You want a clean path as you so that you can just hit the hit the rhinestone button and to do its thing for the. Most part. Place and fill. We got to set up for rhinestones inside. Add stones, one island. That's good. Island fill. I know you lying. I had the whole thing selected. I just want the blue. Click on the blue. Okay, it's just the blue. Island fill. There we go. Clear the path. Merge overlapping stones. Now that's not bad. Let me zoom in here. And that's using SS6 stones. So I like the double up right here, which lets me know, like, okay, SS6 stones can get in this design and give the double roll. Like I can fix it and bring this double down here, to about, let's see here. Let's say, see where we're going to end the double row of stones at. Right there. Because it get thin in there. But let's see, hold on. Just depends. Okay, so you'll start, just depends on your design style. You start cookie combing them. I mean, honeycombing them all the way down in there. Me, I personally would lead those like so. Put him in a better position over here. Then you ready? Check this out. Boom. You can grab a curve tool, a 3-point curve. Boom. From this stone to that stone. Do our curve like so. Boom. And then use our place and fill. And then do a path fill on that. Boom. Clear the path. Merge overlapping stones. Like so. And we do have the double up here. Let's see here. From where we started at. And I'll probably delete him. And then where the other one at? You can't even see it. Let's go to our enhanced view. And we just gonna highlight this little section right here and do mark top overlapping stone red. Or we could have chose mark bottom overlapping stone red. But there's the red stone there. You want to click back up here in Coreldraw and then delete it. Boom. All right. So let's see here. We're about to create something new. So I've been using ChatGPT every day for about a year now. Let me go to show you what I'm talking about. Uh, I I mean I love designing, I love designing. I'm designing Coreldraw all of the time. But man, with this um ChatGPT, it's different, you know. That was a Harley design I did. Let's see here. Asking it niche examples of niches. Okay, here we go. Somebody inboxed me and they was like, man, I need this shirt, and I'm like, I don't know why people just don't buy from the site that they seen it at, you know what I mean? They want me to redo this shirt, and I'm like, just buy from them. Like, you know what I mean? If I do it, it ain't gonna look like this. Like, you know what I mean? So I redid it, you know what I mean? That's the one. Then I redid it easy, with just a prompt, a quick prompt. I need an ultra realistic, high resolution revision of this image. You know, and gave me another one, your updated high resolution design. And then gave me another one. And then I asked it to do this Roman one, as you can see here. And I'm just giving simple prompts. I'm not even giving no elaborate prompts with these. I'm just like, okay, can you do it again for this one? Like, you know what I mean? Boom. So let's see here. Create vector graphic. What was this one? Okay, yeah. Oh, that was dope. Oh, they messed the spelling up though. Got the spelling right the first time. Messed the spelling up when I wanted it upside down and backwards. So she could stamp her name on shit. You still there with me, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right here.
All right, all right.
I actually sent you the file through Facebook for the one design I was telling you about.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get it. Oh yeah, somebody was asking for some Green Goblin art. So it's just been so much faster for me to just grab it. You know what I mean, not grab it, create it, you know? Okay. Let's download that. So with something like that, they sent you that like that.
Yeah, they said they want that one in 12 by 5.
So here's what happens.
So when I like
Drag it in.
auto when I do it like automatic, like try to get it done automatically by the program,
Yeah.
it the stones aren't right where I want them. So I have a question. In those cases, do you always have to go in and manually fix them?
Right. Right. So right now, we can't even see it. You already drug it
Yeah,
in,
because it's white.
right? Outline, trace, clip art. There it is there. We're gonna just hit OK. Boom. We're gonna ungroup all. I'm gonna come to my wireframe here so we can see it. I'm gonna grab it all. I'm gonna group it back together. Let's flip this thing 90 degrees. Boom. Now we need to flip it that way and flip it that way. There we go. Add some color to it. All right. Oh, something like this, my brother. Woo, it can be fixed, you know, similar to what we were just doing, you know. It's a lot though. When you look at it, I would tell them, do y'all have a cleaner vector graphic line art image of this? Because whoever did this, you know,
Yeah, I asked him that, but he said, nah, he only got that grunge design.
right, right. So this is where you would specify, man, yeah, I'm gonna need at least 65 because I first need to clean up the design in order to add the rhinestones to it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to doing this type of work, you really want to take into consideration if they can't send you clean vector line art, how much work you're gonna have to put in to first get it to where you can even put rhinestones in it to begin with. You know what I mean? So let's see here. I'm gonna try the most advanced method that I would do, knowing everything that I know. Okay. Let's click on the black. Right click. Let's ungroup all. Click on the black again. Select all of the same color. Let's change it to purple. Okay. We're gonna right click and we're gonna combine this together. All right. We're going to edit and nudge it out. Nudge it out. That's wireframe it. Let's see. Okay. So everything pretty much stuck together. There's nothing left over here. It's pretty slick. I could have swore it was, I mean, it is definitely broken up in places like right here, you know. Hmm. Without actually going in there and double clicking and getting out all of this. Let's
Figured
see.
this would be a good one.
Yeah. Without double clicking and going in there and getting all of that. Let's see if we can click here. Let's do a place and feel on this thing to the outside, no stones. Let's go 0.02 island feel. Okay. Color it. Let's edit and nudge it out. Nudge it out. Boom. All right, that's not bad. Okay, less work we got to clean up. Made it a little thicker for us. Boom. Put a slight, I mean, that was small. That was real 0.02. Nudge it back in. Check it out. 0.02 on, let's make it yellow. 0.02, let's make it pink. 0.02 on the outline of that. You know, cleaned up a lot of that grunge in there. All right, let's nudge it back out. So now let's clean up what's left. And I really wouldn't even let's nudge it back over. Simply because if some places in there I don't wanna try to just come up with my own thing. Let's send this to the front. Boom. Okay. All right. Send it to the back. I'm gonna do it over there, like right here. I want to keep that consistent. So we'll nudge it over. Right here, we're just gonna see, just depending on how your mind work. Like you can, I could have went in there, double clicked on it, and went in there and cleaned out all of those nodes. Like so. Grab this one, bring it up from here. Boom. Like so, right? Or just depending on where your mind is at as you're designing and what you know already, you could be like, okay, I saw him take the 3-point curve tool. You know, he did something like this from here to here. He closed it up like that, boom. And then he came down here with the smart fill tool, you know, and then he just smart filled that area in like so. And then he took held shift, clicked on the pink, and he just welded that thing in there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, boom. And it was fixed. And then he went back in there and he took that little 3-point curve that he just made and he just deleted it. But then there was a little divot left in it right there. He just double clicked on it and just got them 3 little things out of there. Like boom. So it's all dependent upon uh your thinking process. That's what I would truly like to say is your thinking process because there's so many ways to do things in this software, just depending on if your mind can think of it or not. I guess that's and learn the tools and you go along. Let me just get rid of all of those. See what happens. Boom. 5. Boom. Okay. Drop the divot down like that. I think I wanted to go this way, like so. Boom. Okay. Now I'm gonna add it, nudge it back in. Bring it to the front. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't going too crazy right there to now where we can see any of the purple, because then that let me know it's not pretty looking like this design. Yep, it's looking good. It's looking identical. What else we got left? Like right here. Okay, right there. Send it to the back. What's going on? Okay, that was just where it messed up at. Okay, cool. Right here. Boom, right there. Okay, right there. Grab that one and let's get the turning. So right here, I'm gonna just grab this whole little piece right here, this edge, and just bring it in like so. Boom. All right. Now we're gonna smoothen this thing out. Smoothing this thing out. So oh yeah, this was one of those ones, man. I would have. I don't know. It would just depend on their pockets. Like, you know what I mean? I would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna need about $65 to clean it up and turn that into a rhinestone template. If not, give me clean vector graphic line art. So that's typically my prices start about 55, because I'm doing it for free. Especially when they send us something like this. All right, so I done cleaned it up pretty good, but now let's go in here. Let's fine tune um this sucker. I'm gonna double click on it. So I double click and then go to smooth. Okay. It brings out this little tool here. Zoom in on it. Watch this. If I just click and hold down my left mouse and I let it go, do it again. See it just smoothing out that area right there. Do it again here. Yeah, you caught me in the middle of a training. I'm gonna have to call you back. Okay, baby, I'll call you later. Okay. Yeah, this is an intense training. We going in. Okay, baby. All right. All right. So we can just smoothen it out like so. Typically 2 times to do it. Sometimes it takes more than that. And you can, just like with the eraser tool, you can change the size of this so you're not smoothing out an area that you've already smoothed out before. That was 2 clicks, 3 clicks, and it's smoothing that. You see it smoothing the edges out?
Yeah. Yeah.
That gets rid of all of
So
those
there's
little.
no quicker way to do this. You'd have to, in this case, you said the best advice then would be just charge more, right?
Yeah, yeah, because you have to go through all of, I mean, what they sent us. I mean, we still ain't done yet. You know what I mean? We still had to go in there
Right.
and double click here and, you know, whoever designed it, like, they have the original. They just decided to put the what's the name on over it. And some people, if they're designing in
They
Canva or
probably didn't want to
Cricut,
send that. send the client the original design.
No, no, it wasn't that. Some people are still. I mean, I don't want to, call nobody amateurs because it's stepping. I mean, it's levels to this. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Um, when he had it originally like this smooth, he could have saved it as a copy, boom, and then put the grunge effect on it. No, they put the grunge effect on it because they didn't think of it being used for rhinestones. They wanted the grunge effect on it, and they saved it like that. They didn't go back. They couldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't. The way I
They
designed
ain't
is
prepared
totally different.
themselves to go back.
Yeah, the way I design is totally different, man. I've been through all the stages where a customer may want rhinestones one time, and then next time they want glitter, but they want it for the same design that I've already done before. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just saved the process. When I say I saved the process, so right here, let's know it's just over. That's just that's pretty much as good as it's gonna get for right now for the purpose of the training. We're going to So here's how I think when it comes to design in particular. So that's 9.492. Rhinestone Flock. You can print 11445. You know what I mean? That's about as wide as you're gonna get it if you're doing it in width. If you're doing it in length, then of course, you can turn this 90 and then say it's going on the back of a hoodie and you need it to be 15 inches long. Now you can do it like so. 15, that's 15.881 by 3.952. That might look good on the back of an extra large hoodie or something like that, depending on the size of it. Let's go back to 0. Now let's say we putting this on the back of a hoodie. I would typically click on it, place and fill, outside, no stones. Let's go like a 0.2. Let's see what that looked like. Last time, remember, it was 0.02. This time it's a 0.2. Let's add a black around it. I'm gonna click on this X up here to get rid of the outline. Nah, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a 0.2 though. Let's go down to like 0.16. Island feel. Black. Right click the X here. Boom. All right, now that's pretty dope right there. So I'll click here, hold shift, click on the black, and then let's trim that out of there. Boom. So now if you're working with uh vinyl or any other, you have your outline that can go around your stones, which definitely gives it that pop. Let's click here on the yellow. Let's set it back up for rhinestones, 0.075. Inside, add stones. Boom. Let's do one island feel in there. Remember, oh man, but mine is on SS6s. So let's see how those SS6s look in there. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Boom. So here's why you would take the extra time to to go in there and smoothen out all of these edges, double click and get them right, because then it makes for an easier design process. I mean, imagine we would have been done a long time ago if they would have if the graphic was already in this state that we're trying to get it to.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? We would have been done a long time ago. Wouldn't have had to do no cleanup. We wouldn't have had to do no fix up. We could have just looked at it, be like, oh, I'm gonna put an outline on it. I'm gonna hit it with stones, like you know what I'm saying? And and it's $55 out the door or whatever you may charge in your region. Where you at?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. So you got to look at it. You got to look at it like this. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, um, Dayton, Ohio is 50 miles away, and it takes an hour to get there, every other major city after that, another hour, you know what I mean? So unless somebody is in my neighborhood, or you know what I'm saying, they can be in my city on the other side, you know what I mean, doing the exact same thing I'm doing, you know what I mean? They It will not affect my money at all. So I'm gonna charge what I charge. They can charge what they charge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it all comes down to, are you nice with it? Does the customer deem the design that you just did for them to be worth $75? Like, I mean, if so, you're gonna keep getting that repeat business over and over and over again. You know what I mean? The person that's the competition, that's, you know, uh 45 minutes away from you, he may be at a beginner level, and his work may look like this, when they get their shirt, it looks just like this, like, you know what I mean? Because he didn't take the time to smooth in every corner, make sure everything was right up in here, could have redid the S all together, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, okay, let me go in here, clean, clean out all those yellow stones. Let's take this outline off of it right here. I would just to there, boom, right here, boom. And I'm only pretty much knowing where to delete because when I first started playing with nodes, I used to delete them one by one because when you first get into doing it, it's going to be scary. You're gonna be like, oh man, I just messed up the design. You're gonna feel like you don't know how to fix it. You know what I mean? The more and more comfortable you get with playing with the nodes, you can delete more at a time because you'll know, like, okay, boom. Then I'm gonna click on this one, bring it in a little more, like so. Fixing that S, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So after you fix all of that, I mean, I know I just fixed it pretty fast. Uh-oh. Okay. Get all that, man. Boom. You know what I mean? All of this. Boom. These. Boom, boom, boom. And I was still going there with my smooth tool, turn it down a little bit. Come on, go all the way down. All the way down. A little more than that. I want to be able to get just one side. Okay, that's not bad. Little smaller though. Perfect. Yeah, I want to just be able to come in here and touch up the K without touching the O. Right here, watch this. 2 clicks, smoothing it right on out. up in here. Right here. Also, you can set your tolerance right here. So I got my tolerance set on 20. You know, you can cut the tolerance up and it's going to do it a little faster. More time you take, especially so as I've been, as long as I've been doing this, people don't know, you know, and when they don't know, it's going to make your life harder. When they do know, it makes your life easier, you know. So somebody that does know, oh, you tell them you need vector graphic line art, you know, and take the grunge off of it, you know, boom, they're able to do that. You're able to charge less because you don't have to work as hard. Like, you know what I mean? But when you look at it,
Right.
you want to judge every job as in, okay, how clean is the art, you know, and will I be able to vectorize it easily? And will I be able to get it done in no time versus once you get into a design and you have to do all of this, then you're gonna be like, yeah, that's gonna be 3 days because you're not gonna want to sit 4 or 5 hours cleaning this up. You know what I mean? You're gonna do an hour a day, maybe. You know what I mean? And then you got other jobs lining up. I got a job this morning. Lady want 3 rhinestone designs, you know, 3 unique different rhinestone designs, you know. My starting fee is $55, but just depends, you know, on I gotta do the boards ship the boards off to her and mail them to her, so that's an additional cost. And then just depends on how many colors are in said design. Once you get into multiple colors, you're talking multiple boards. So yeah, I I cleaned it up pretty good. I'd rather do this right here like that. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's connect it. Boom. See it right there? We're gonna weld it together. Boom. All right, now it's a little cleaner. You know, could have definitely spent a little more time going in there cleaning it up, but place and fill, that island fill, I did a 0.75. That wasn't what I wanted. Oh, that ain't bad in the inside of there. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Let's see how it would look if we were just putting it on stones without no outline. I'm gonna draw a box, make it black, and send it to the back. So that ain't bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it kind of took away the copyright R and stuff. It merged the S and that swoosh there.
Yep, yep. And see, and that was all in the design. You know that that the person sent you, and they want you to do your
Right.
magic on it, do your magic on it, and create rhinestones with it. Let's see here. We would have to drag this down like so. Drag this part up, and that's changing the design that they sent you. But hey, that's how else was it? Oh, we got rid of the other one. Let me see here. 'Cause, 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 'C That's how it was. We tried to fix it. I tried to fix it and tried to separate it, right? You know what I mean? But that's essentially, I mean, for the R, we could have, hand did those by hand. Boom, to get the R back in there, and then redid the circle like so. Boom. I know I missed that one on purpose. That way I can swing it back around this way. Because if you try to get too close to the other circle, it'll just mess up. Boom. There we go. Boom. So some stuff you definitely have to redo by hand, like this part right here, visually.
Okay, so when you're creating a circle, you have to do a like a semicircle first, and then create another semicircle.
Yeah, because check this out. It typically happens on on O on O characters.
Okay.
Boom. There's a O. And let's do a placement field. Island field. Clear the pad, merge overlapping stones. Boom. Boom. If I grab this one, and I come here, 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 and I come all the way around. So I'm trying to get them equally spaced in there where it looks right. And I come all the way around. See, I'm trying to equal space them all. Boom, boom, boom. Here's where we started. Here's the end. Equal space. Okay. Shift and clear the path, but then we still have this gap here. So we couldn't have went all the way around and back to our starting point to close the gap. So I'd rather just go here. Grab that one, come back around to here. That way I ain't got to grab all the stones because visually you can't tell the difference anyway. That they're not all equally spaced all the way around. So I'll do half one way and half the other way instead of going all the way around and grabbing them all like I just did. It would have been easier for me to just grab, okay, it's a space between here, space between here. I'm gonna grab these 9, you know what I mean? Equal space those, and then I'm gonna grab 7 going the other way, you know what I mean? And equal space those, and then it'll look appropriate. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That way. I mean, when I first got started, I was anal about everything. I wanted everything to be equally spaced, and I took that
Right,
at
right.
the time.
Nah, and
And
probably the client wants that too, you know?
yeah, 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 yeah. And that's where the price comes in at. So no matter the area, no matter the area, when you go online and you buy this stuff, you got easy weave vinyl, you know what I mean? That's at the bottom of the charts, you know what I mean? You can buy that in every color, you can buy 12 inches, about $3, $4, you know what I mean, whatever. And then you got glitter, which is the next price up, then you got all the special glitter, sparkle, and all the different They come in at different price points for a reason. And then you got rhinestones that come in at the top of the list as far as the prices go and how you got to purchase them in order to create a shirt. You know what I mean? You got to spend
Right.
damn near a hundred or so dollars in materials before you make your first shirt. You know what I mean? So
And then the
there's
people don't understand. They want to compare us to like China and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
we I'm gonna let them keep comparing us to China. Like I'm saying, they can get the work done in China. You can go online, Alibaba, and go through the headache of trying to read their broken English or whatever, and try to get your design done. Hopefully, the way that you envisioned it. Like I mean,
Right.
or you can hit up a local designer such as I or yourself. Like I mean, and get that one-on-one experience with somebody like I mean who's going to take the time to get it right. So that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. Let me see here. Hold on, because I want to show you the power. And I'm gonna let you come up with the prompt. Okay. What would you like to create if you were in a creative mood? And you was like, okay, I'm about to do something live, you know. So I designed for myself.
Let's do something like space theme. You know what I mean? That my one of my logos got an astronaut on it.
Okay. Okay. Um, create me something spacey. Ultra realistic vector graphic line art image of an astronaut. Look. Uh, uh, running on the moon. The astronaut has on retro air Jordan. Now, typically, yep, I love it when it jumps straight into picture mode, you know. When you jump straight into picture mode like that, then that's how you know Chat GPT ain't playing no games that day. Sometimes I guess it depends upon the prompt too. If you're not very specific about what you're looking for or whatever, I like to keep them simple. As in, if I was picking up a pad and I was drawing something for the first time, and I was like, "Ooh, what do I want to draw today? Do I want to draw a Chevy? I'm gonna draw a Chevy on 23-inch rims." Like you know what I mean? But now instead of having to actually draw it, you can just prompt it out, and I stick with what I know. So I stick with ultra realistic vector graphic line art because with that style of art, I can easily drag it into Coreldraw, make all of my adjustments and all of my changes, and then really create something unique. Really create something unique. Let's see here. I've been look. This is crazy, man. What you can do. So my brother gave me this shirt, and he was like, "Bruh, redo this shirt, like you know what I mean, because it's all crackling. You know what I'm saying? You see, because it started crackling and stuff, like you know what I mean, the paint and stuff or whatever it was started coming off." Say, this was one of my old shirt designs. Please recreate this design and make it more lively. So you've had it goes into all of this jargon with you instead of just doing the shirt. It's asking for okay, let's brainstorm here a little bit. You know what I mean? And I like it. I like it. But it took me. That was one prompt. I said, I would like the full color and outline vector, please. That's 2 prompts. Boom. 3 prompts. Like they is like, okay, like come on now. Like 4 prompts. Like you know what I'm saying? 5 prompts to get here. Boom. I said, can you please add back in the jail bars and the bear holding the jail bars? Like, then I had to, wait a minute, I had to ask it again. I said, I want the layered 3D look. Like, boom. And they gave it back to me. Like, okay, okay. So sometimes you just gotta, if they ain't understand what you said initially, like, you know what I mean, they gonna keep prompting you until until they get it right. You know what I mean? Like here was another one. I say remove the shield and make the handle of the sword look more like a cross. Boom. So I originally had designed this because this lady wanted a design for her ministry, Warcraft ministry, and she said she ain't like the shield. So all I did was ask it to remove the shield. Boom. Oh, I said I could not see the image. It's blank. Boom. White background. It's like your own personal assistant. And I'm not, speaking too elaborate for it, I'm just asking, little things right here. Oh, these were live. Ultra realistic vector graphic line art. That was a tiger, holding the bat to say no Steelers. And then it's got our Cincinnati skyline in the background. That was a design for a shirt. Somebody wanted the no Steelers shirt. So imagine back in the day, you would actually, the way I do vector graphic line art is I find all of my elements. When I say all of my elements, I would have went out there and went to Google and typed in like 1996 Chevy Caprice SVG though. Images. So now we got boom. Our vector graphic line art. Save image as. I like to rename it. That way I can easily find it. Chevy Caprice Classic. Boom. Open a new one. Go to not my pictures, my images. Chevy. Oh, I forgot I forgot I did this molding a couple times, player. Boom. Pulling our Caprice Classic. We're going to outline, trace, and clip art it right off the jump. Okay. Make this thing bigger so we can see what we got going on. Ungroup all. Now, right off the front, I don't even want the words. I'm gonna wireframe and see what else is in there. Yep. Boom. Boom. Make this thing bigger. Now, of course, we got to finish it out because it's open. Let's see here. Yeah, it's just open. It's just, that'd be good for a decal on a white car. You know what I mean? That'd be perfect for a decal on a white car. So Even this area right here. There it is. Okay, let's see where all the rest of the white is, huh? Select all the rest of the color. Let's change it pink. Okay, so the windshield, we got the front bumper and the rims. All right, we're gonna keep those rims together. Let's weld those together. Right here, see, it's open right there. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's get let me use this rectangle right here. We could have used the rectangle. We could have drew use the 2-point line tool. You could have used any one of these tools in here. I feel like using the rectangle. Boom. Hold shift. Well, go back to my pick tool. Hold shift, select that, and let's weld that. Close that right on up. We're gonna smart fill it, finish, and come back to the pick tool. Hold shift, select that. Let's weld it to that bumper. Boom, there we go. Now, we have to use our other tools. 3-point curve here. Boom. Right here, we'll do same thing, 3-point curve. Hold on. Okay. We wanted to make sure I was starting from the outside of that line right there. Boom. Close it up there. 3-point curve again from here all the way to here, to that edge. Okay. Boom. Don't worry about it. We're just closing it off right now. We'll fix it in a moment. Here to here. Boom. From here to here. Here. Like for real, all of this, all of that need to go. Boom. Let's straighten this out right here because it's twisted. Boom. Back to that edge. This one back to this edge. We're gonna grab all of these three. Let me undo this. Come this way. Nope. We're gonna leave it down there. This one needs another addition onto it, like so. Swing this around. Can we get rid of it? Okay, yep. And then we're gonna bring this piece up like so. And let's go ahead and shift, hold shift, click here, and weld all that together. So now we can really fine tune it. We don't need this here no more. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, that closes that part in. So we can just fix this here. Accidentally clicked off of it. Boom. No. Once again, we can play around with it, see how good we can get it. Now back to this roof. We're gonna double click on this line here. Boom. So we can add a curve to it here. So bring this in some. Add another curve here. Bring it in some. That way we can click here, right click. Oh, here it is right here. Boom. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This one got a cusp on it here. Boom. There we go. There we go. Now, everything should be closed. We can hit it with the uh, boom. Now, I would have closed off the windows here, you know, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. So right here, we're gonna just do it like this. Um, yeah, we'll stick with the curve. I like the curve. Even though I'm gonna use it as a straight line this time. Boom. Then we're gonna close it right here with another one. Boom. Okay. Because I'm just gonna smart fill this area here. Boom. Hold shift. Get into that one and that one. We're gonna combine it and weld it. Oh, nope. Let's just jump straight to weld. Nope. Okay. We got the piece we need. Let's take these out of here. That's I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna right click on this X to get rid of the outline that's on it. That way I can go on here and get this piece and delete that piece. There we go. Boom. Click here. Hold shift, click there. We can weld those. Boom. And we should be able to weld it to that. Boom. If it doesn't, let's try combining it first. And still, okay, so what's going on here? Let's go back up. I'm gonna smart fill all of this. And then this, and then this. Basically about to smart fill the entire thing. Because then we got it already. For whatever reason, it wasn't letting it weld properly. I'll just do this. Grab all my pieces. Okay. We have all our pieces. Select all the same color. Edit. Let's nudge it over. Boom. Let's grab our pieces that we created to close it off here. One up here. A whole roof. What we did down here. So we don't want all of those pieces, just this line here. Yep, nudge that over. This piece here. Nudge that over. Boom. All right. I'm gonna select all the same color and then weld it all together. Change it purple. So we got a few more pieces, like right here. I'm gonna just double click there, grab those two pieces, drag them down into here, and weld it together. Boom. Same with this side. Double click here. We're gonna drag this piece right down into here. We're gonna weld that together. One more time, we're gonna click here. We're gonna grab this little piece here, bring it up to there, and weld that together. Right here, I can just grab this dot here, drag it into here, boom, and weld that together. Then we got these little divots here. I mean, I could even fix the back window. Boom. Drag this like so. Ta-da. Boom. All right, now that's dope. I like it. Let's get our pink back over there since we don't want to have to redo it. We already got it. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah. Now I'll come back in and do my own thing. Oh, this gonna be slick. Watch this. This gonna be so slick. Going over the car like so. Let's choose us some text real quick. A font. How old are you, my brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm just trying to fix that image there, the with the for the contagious logo.
Yeah. No, I was saying, how old are you?
Oh, 32.
32. So you don't even remember the old school Caprice classics, do you?
Nah.
Oh yeah, man. It, those were some days, my brother. When the cars were everybody wanted to put rims on their car and stuff. So we're gonna go with
Right.
a
With
thick
the
font.
big 22s and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna grab this and drag it down here, right click and make a copy.
All right, I just fixed that image there for you. I sent it over.
Let me see.
Let me know how I did. Took me a little bit, but
Yeah, now that's clean. Using the same process I just showed you here.
nah. So I went through a different process. I filled it in with the brush and then I went back and vectorized it, found the font, uh
Yep.
recreated it, and I did the little swoosh by hand. I found the copyright R, I put that in there, and that was that.
Right. Yeah. I used to try to go font finding when I was younger. Man, I don't go font finding no more, you know. It is software or internet site, what the font, and they try to help, but I'll just go find something like you say, yeah, I don't even try font finding. Where'd you find it
Yeah,
at?
but I mean, I use what the font is.
Yeah, want the font? But every time when I be trying to use it, especially on a grunge font like that, man, it'll give me close, but it won't be the exact same font. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, but that's why I took it into Photoshop first, and like I said, I took the paintbrush and I filled it in. I made it solid everywhere. You know what I mean? I used the path tool and I cleaned everything up. I made it good enough that I mean I could have just used that, but I went as far as, let me see if I could find the font and make it even better. Just so I could get that S. You
Right,
know,
right, right.
because we don't know what's going on there right now,
Yeah.
and now with the way I did it, we got exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks good. Hold on, let me
So
bring.
I just wanna try to see if we could do that one, and I noticed also you did the outline on that one. Would it be, are we able to fill it in?
Hold on, we about to bring it in. We about to bring it in. Download, download.
Let me open my Corel so I can follow along.
That's definitely cleaner.
Yeah,
That's what
man. I
I
mean,
did.
this is what I do, bro. But I don't do rhinestones, but I'm getting into it. But my specialty and what I have a degree in graphic design, you know. So
Right. All right. We just vectorized it. Let's right click and ungroup all. Now I should. Okay. We're gonna get rid of all this. So here's where you want to take into consideration what you're putting it on and how big you need it to be. Because something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you get up into 6, 7 letters, it becomes difficult because that's
what they
8.
requested was a 12 by 5.
Okay. Okay. There it is right there. That's 13 by 5. So 12.791 by 4.97. I'm press P. Uh-oh. Let's combine this together, weld it, and press P to put it in the center of the page. Okay, now the other one, we're gonna see. I can tell you right now, trying to get SS10 stones in there.
No, no, let's go with SS6.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I always I try my best to to convince clients to do it to do SS6. 'Cause not, it might cost a little more, but it'll get the details better, you know?
Right, right. Place and fill, island fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Here, let's
All
try
right,
this.
so I missed the step. Did you you trace the image?
Yeah, yeah, I did
Okay,
the vector graphic line art. Let's go back,
my bad. Sorry about
back,
that.
back, back, back. All right, back in. All right, right click, ungroup all. You can actually right click. I combined it here, and then I welded it, and then I just resized it to 12. That's good. P to put it in the center, and then I just at 0.6, I just did the island fill.
Okay.
Clear the path and merge overlapping stones. Now this is where you'll definitely just have to hand set some, move them around, equal space to get it just right. I think it did a pretty good job compared to most other fonts. Move that one in there. I like to use the honeycomb to get one more up in there. Depending on who it all revolves around budget to me. If somebody's like, yeah, man, I need a rhinestone design, man. I got about $35, you know what I mean? Uh, I wouldn't even, for $35, I wouldn't even do nothing like this. It'll be a block font, you know what I mean? That way
Right.
I don't have to do so much cleanup, you know. But this is where you would just go ahead and just clean it up. Now, as long as I've been doing this, man, I just started playing around with SS6s. They were too bouncy. When I first attempted it, they were too bouncy and too jumpy for me, like, you know what I mean? And then the templates never cut out as smoothly as the SS10 templates. I was like, yeah, forget SS6s. But then I started doing larger scale designs where I was covering a whole entire shirt. And I was like, okay, let me tackle this SS6 monster. You gotta have all the right stuff, man. The right rhinestone flock and everything, because I just got some brand new rhinestone flock. Heat transfer warehouse tried to make it seem like it was better than that pink stuff they used to have, and it is not. I I wasted a lot of flock yesterday trying to cut that stuff out. I want I'm ready to do a review. That's how upset I am. Out of all the flocks that I've ever tried, this was like, yeah, y'all can't be selling this as a replacement to the flock that worked. Boom. Shift and clear the path. So even like right here, some of it I just be cynical when I zoom out and I zoom back in, I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to be a little closer to there. I'll find myself redoing the line until it visually looks right and then move on to the next one. Boom. Like right here. We're gonna do this O right here. We're not gonna do the other one because we're gonna copy and paste it right in there. I've been starting to see that more often too. Like, hold on, why am I doing this O over? It's another
Now,
O right here. Huh?
now I got a question, right?
Yeah,
In when you doing work like this, right?
right.
You ever think of, saving these and making a font out of it? Or is that possible?
What do you mean making
Like
a
like
out of it?
like yeah, like see, you're recreating this O right now, right?
Yeah.
So is there a way that next time you want to make this O on a future design, you could click O and then it'll bring up exactly what you did here, you know?
I mean, you thinking outside of the box with it now, as far as taking this that we've already created with the circles or whatever, and actually creating that font out of the alphabet, out of the whole entire A B C D E F G.
Right. So that you never have to you could reuse it as many times as you want, and now
Uh,
you got your own custom font that you made out of,
hey,
one that doesn't exist in the software, you know?
hey, I would say go for it, but then you got to think about it. Let's look at it. Let's bring it out. When we look at it, it spells contagious, but you will have to think of all the different ways your O is going to connect with the next letter. You know, is it always going to connect at the bottom and come out and then connect to the next letter? What if the next letter is uh that's where you have to figure it out, you know what I mean? From the uppercase letters to the lowercase letters. Uppercase letters are easier, because they're not necessarily always connected, but then, this particular font, it looks like all of the letters may just connect at the bottom, which makes it
Yeah.
easy, versus some fonts where it connect up to the bottom here, but then connect up the top here, depending on what letter is in front of it or behind it. Get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You traveling down the rabbit hill now, like I mean, so hey, wherever your mind takes you, I would say, throw it in the chat GPT and see where it'll guide you. But I ain't never wanted to try my hand at font making, you know.
Got it.
I'm I'm on to something different right now. I'm on to something different. I done grabbed this 3D printer. Like I just did my first litho thing. It printed out over there already, so I just need to pick it up off the build plate and see what it look like.
That's what's up, man. 3D printing is really cool, man. I've been doing 3D printing since I was 15 years old.
Right.
So I'm right now I'm at the stage where I'm experimenting, and you should look into this too. It's pretty cool. It's called electroplating. So
Electroplate.
yeah, so what you do is out of your 3D prints, you could turn them into jewelry and then plate them in whatever, copper, gold,
Oh,
etc. You know?
oh, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, I didn't necessarily know the term of it or whatever, but I mean, you see right here, I was just gonna dip it. You know what I mean? I was just gonna actually get the gold and just dip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that looks dope.
this was printed out using silk PLA, so it looks pretty dope as it is. You know what I mean? Once
Now the
I,
thing though, if you dip it, it'll melt
what do you mean?
because it's plastic.
Yeah, it is, but I'm talking about I'm not dipping it in hot oil. I mean in hot gold. I'm just dipping it in that color. In
Okay,
metallic,
okay, okay.
yeah, dipping it in metallic paint or just painting it in metallic paint. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not actually trying to create gold pieces, like, you know what I mean? Because then uh I got to take the value all the way up. I'm just having fun with this right now because people are
Yeah, that
actually,
looks sick, bro.
yeah, people actually want one. I already got a sale. Look, uh-oh,
That looks dope.
hold on. I got to take my
I caught a quick glimpse of it.
edit video settings and turn off my virtual background. Boom.
Nice.
And just imagine what it's gonna look like once I put those stones on there. You know what I mean?
Oh, let's go.
So this
And
was
then and what you got the HD H2D the bamboo one?
nah. That's a Flash Forge. That's a
Okay.
Flash Forge 85X. Like, you know what I mean? I've been thinking about getting into 3D printing for a long time, but I just never took the leap. I was online probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I was like, what? They got they got this one auto bed leveling. It's pretty similar in specs to the bamboo, the PS1. Pretty similar to the PS1. And you can put a cover on it and everything like that for 359. I was like, if I'm ever
Nice.
getting the 3D print and like, you know what I mean, I'm like at 359, whether I ain't got nothing to lose, like, you know what I mean? Versus paying 359 5 to 10 years ago, and you got to sit there and auto level the bed and do all the extra stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
what'd you say?
I
What'd you
said,
say?
oh yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, yeah,
I, s- I said, oh yeah, I remember those days.
yeah. It would have been nice to actually start at that level. Like then I would know a little more. But shoot, you got to start at what you start at. Start where you start at. All right, let's see here,
Dude, I remember leveling with a little piece of paper.
man. All right, what version of design widget you have? I mean, Coreldraw.
Wow, I just bought it yesterday, so whatever the newest version is, I guess.
Okay, because I'm gonna send you this file so that you can go ahead and complete it.
I don't use Corel too much. I'm more
What do you?
I use a lot more Adobe. You
So
know,
you,
like the Photoshop, Illustrator, etc.
yeah, you created that elegance design with Adobe.
No, that elegance design was sent to me by the customer.
Okay.
This one, the contagious one that I just recreated, I did that one in Photoshop.
So, so just depend on how they would have saw it through this part of the end go this way, and then this part of the, yeah, okay, I see it. It's still gonna have that gap in there. Still gonna have that gap. Having 3 lines in there.
I'll give it to you though, man. Rhinestones is a lot of work to do this.
Yeah, having, yeah, still gonna be that gap in there. But it ain't bad, I guess. Boom. We create that. Oh, nope. See, I threw that line all the way off right there.
It's not showing me your screen no more.
Oh, shoot. Like right here. Move this one over. Boom. Okay. Now straighten it up.
That feature right there is such a time saver.
Oh, yeah. Right there. Boom. Okay. Add one more stone in here. Nope. Boom. We get one more right here. Yep. Boom. Not bad. Not bad. Because then you'll have to go. You were asking a question earlier. You were saying something about the outline. And you was like, can you do that? Can you turn that into stones too? Was that what you asked?
No, like see how you had it at like before you had it as like it looked more like a outline as opposed to like it looked like there was like space to fill in the insides.
Oh, when I,
Like see right if you go down to where the swoosh ends right there,
yeah,
see all that space on the inside that's black that don't got no stones on it.
yeah,
On the bottom one. I mean
yeah.
there too, but on the yeah, on the bottom one. So those you'd have to manually get in there and every time.
Every time, yes and no. So,
Okay.
so there's this trick, the same trick I did before, but doing it just a little differently. We're gonna do no stones here. We're gonna keep it at 0.075 on the outside and do an island fill. That made it a little too thick. Let's go 0.04 island fill. There we go. We're gonna Go inside, add stones, 0.075. I'm gonna just change color to blue. Click on this outer line that we just made, and then do an island fill. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So essentially what we did is we made the font thicker. Okay? We made the font thicker.
You up the tolerances a bit.
Yeah, so now, as you can see, it did get
A little more forgiving now.
a little more, you know. And actually, I would delete this one and just go with the thicker one because it sits right.
So now would you just make some paths within those empty spaces to fill those in?
Where at? Right here?
Just say in the A, where in the thicker part of the A, or in the middle of the T.
I
See
mean,
how
yeah,
there's like a big empty space there
I
in
mean,
the
yeah,
middle?
I mean, just that's once again, that's preference, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
here's why. If you make the A thicker, like if we were able to get stones in here inside the A and inside this side of the A and then inside of the G, so what about the T? I don't like if I can't get 3 rows in all of them, then I'll go with this outline look because you get what I'm saying?
Got
Like
it.
if
You
we
want
if
it to
we
look
start
uniform.
yeah, if we start putting stones in the inside of the eye here, you know, but we can't get stones all the way in the throughout the G, throughout this side of the G, throughout that side of the A, throughout that side of the A, the T. We already see, you know, we can't get 3 rows in there. You know what I mean? Unless we just redo it all over and bring it closer to the edge. So that's where
Mm-hmm.
you just ask yourself, how much time am I willing to put in on this versus how it's going to look, you know, because to move every last stone or to move every last stone, it's almost like, oh man, I should have back to square one where we were at the beginning where we like gotta clean the design first before we can actually rhinestone it. So that's where I'm like,
Oh, I noticed that in making it thicker, we kind of lost that S again.
yeah, yeah, right there. Yeah. I see. Okay, yep, sure did. Sure did. So that's where going back. There's there's ways around it that you can take, you know, to make the process faster, but then you run into caveats such as this, to where this one definitely a lot cleaner. And when you put the stones in there and you definitely can follow the curvature of the S a lot more easier. But then, you know, you still have to do boom, 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 all of those curves versus having it done already somewhat up here, you know. It still looks like we got to fix them where they came off here, here, there, you know. So that's the battles you have to fight when you're dealing with rhinestones and script text. Like it looked like it got it good here, but really you have to redo that whole O. And I will redo that whole O like this. 3-point curve tool. But it was so messed up already. Boom. That way I didn't have to get into the process of moving a lot of stones. I'm just going to recreate the path. There we go. Because those paths didn't know which way they wanted to go. Now, I only got to go to here. Boom. It threw it off there, so we're going to nudge this one back in a little bit. That's what happens when you go to doing those curves like that. Sometimes you got to get them back in, get them back on track, and then re-grab them again. Boom. There we go. Shift and clear the path. Boom. 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 And this is where you ask yourself, like, okay, do I want to keep the O like that? Because that looks good, you know, as far as how the text will go. If it was, I do this a lot too. That way you can see it. You can see how much more you got to go in terms of fixing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks good if you were to have it like so. Boom. You'd be like, okay, that's almost no. When you take away that when you add that black and you just show just the stones and you don't see the black under the text, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, that's gonna take a lot more time versus this one where you would say, okay, I'm gonna rock with that because that looks pretty good right there, even though the S is the S. And then you just say, be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do the S then, you know, and then bring that S up to replace the other S because this one looks nicer. So that's some of the things you ask yourself and be like, okay, which way do I want to do it? As I've been demonstrating the entire time, it's all about knowing what the tools are and which tool you're going to use to execute the job. So there's so many ways to do it. So many ways to do it. Then I would just grab this S. Boom. Right on up there. Yada da da. Let's lock this so it don't move. Boom. Easily just visually connect them. So if you're not using any vinyl, the design is not going to have an outline or whatever, you know, you're visually creating the void. So that's what it's really, if you ask me, that's what it's all about, deciding which way you're gonna go. You're gonna try a few different methods, decide which one is the fastest, you know, because time is money at the end of the day, you know. Time is money.
And then what do you do right there about the like the G part at the bottom there?
That's when you
Looking good
would
so far almost.
that's when you would
Where the
unlock,
G intersect with the bottom swoosh.
yeah, push it to the back. Yep. I would do it like this. Same way we just did with the other one. They got it all jacked up. See? That's a perfect example. It goes from a double line and then down to a single. Makes it look crazy. So you want to shimmy one off to the one side. Just go ahead and complete the G all together. Boom. Ah, grab this one, move it closer to this side, delete that one. If you want the G to be prominent, the others, they can connect back. The rest of the ribbon, the swash, it can connect back when you get done. See, there it is. That's what I was trying to explain earlier. When you try to get too close to the stone that you started from and doing the loop, it does this.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna come down here
Got a little crazy there.
to here, boom, do that half, shift and clear the path, and then come in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finish on off this loop right here. That's why I was trying to explain it earlier, but it just wouldn't do it. But then that was a better way to show it because it actually happened. Boom, 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 boom. Now, mind you, I'm just freehanding it, but that looks a lot better with it going with the G coming down, being prominent, and then these coming through the middle and then out on the other side. Boom, 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 boom. All right, it is 12:08. That has been our 2 hours for today. how would you like me to send you these files? Would you like it SVG? Would you like it PNG?
I'll take the SVG. That's cool.
Okay, okay. You want both of them, top and bottom?
Sure. You want to just send me the whole Coreldraw file?
Yeah, yeah,
Would
that's
I
what I
be
was
able
asking.
to just?
What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just send me the whole Coreldraw file. That way, I'll just open it up here and continue where you left off there.
All right, bet. I'm going to also send you the SVG files because with the SVG files, you should be able to open them up into your other graphic software and continue them in there as well.
Okay.
All right. You see here, export. Because here's what happens with CorelDRAW. Uh, those are SVG files to be cut. That's cool. Here's what happened with CorelDRAW. I had 2022. When I upgraded to 2024, all of my 2022 files had to be converted to 2024. So sometimes if you have an older version and I sent you this, see this is a 2024. If you got a 2022 and I send it to you, you may not be able to open it up because it'll say uh you don't have the correct version. So that's why I send it to you as SVG and CorelDRAW just in case.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Let me save the CorelDRAW file. Save that under my templates to be cut. What's your Gmail?
It's Unreal Designs. Let me know when you're ready.
Almost there. Unreal Designs
And more at gmail.com.
and more at gmail.com. Okay. And what was it? I'm gonna just leave it like that. Contain.
Uh, Yeah, that's sorry.
Kind of spell it out. SVG file. Well, templates to be cut. Yeah, I start remembering that I got two monitors now, and that I gotta look over here on this other screen. We go. Boom. The SVG files to be cut. Boom. Boom. All right, brother.
All
So
right, brother. Thank you.
give it about an hour or so, and the video will be up and available for you to watch back.
All right, sweet deal, brother. Thank you.
All right, you have a great day, man.
You too.